I'm so fed up. I'm so fed up with similar videos about food, weather, public transport, pros and cons of Singapore. We have to break this vicious circle. Today you will know the least obvious pros and cons of living in Singapore as a foreigner. Enjoy. An important note before we start. I love Singapore. I genuinely believe it's an incredible place with lovely people, so my list of pros is much bigger than cons. But there are some cons for me as well. I'll tell you them at the end of the video. Alright, let's go. Pros. Toilets are highly accessible everywhere, and they're all free. When you get used to it, you don't appreciate it anymore, but try to go to other countries and see. You're in the city center walking around, suddenly you realize that you want to pee. You have a few options. Pee on the street, drive to a shopping mall, walk into a cafe, beg for mercy, or find the nearest McDonald's. And even there in McDonald's, often you need to buy something to get a toilet door PIN code. So don't underestimate the convenience of this side of Singapore. As a non-native English speaker, I love that I don't need to care about English grammar anymore. Eat already? Don't play. How much salt? If I were British, I would probably be mad and confused about how people are using English here. But I'm Russian, so I don't care. I even enjoy hiding my poor English skills inside of Singlish sentences. Singaporeans are too nice and prudent online. I've been doing YouTube for a long time. I have 2 other channels in Russian. One of them is 300,000 subscribers, so I know this area. What I find out about local YouTube is that Singaporeans are really deliberated with their opinion in the comments. You know about this recent hype with Ryan and Sylvia from NOC. I gave my perspective in this video. So Sylvia went to another YouTube channel to have a 2-hour interview about the whole thing. I checked the comment section below the video and I was very surprised by how sensible and reasonable the comments were. People there like, on the one hand, on the other hand, what? Is it YouTube or British Literature Social Club? Aren't you supposed to express a one-sided opinion and do it in a very harsh way? You guys are so prudent. That's why I like being on Singapore's YouTube myself. Much less haters. And by the way, there is one more con here. Singapore is a small market for bloggers, vloggers and influencers in general. You might think it's a bad thing, but it's the opposite. When you obtain even a small number of subscribers, like on this channel, don't forget to subscribe, you already become visible. For example, advertisers start to be interested. In my case, I sold 2 sponsorships already in my 3rd month after starting this channel. Just normal people are also very engaged when they hear that I have a channel. A few days ago, I went to Hound's barbershop to participate in Movember event. I was waiting for my seat and 2 girls from the staff asked me what I do, and they were positively shocked when I showed them my channel. Basically, you don't need millions of views to become noticeable in such a small market, so why wouldn't you start a YouTube channel yourself? Don't want? No? Why so like that? You can carry a child in a taxi without a child seat. Of course, you can bring a seat or booster with you, but if it's a short ride, you just put your child on your lap and go. Such a time saver. In most countries, you have to have a child seat by the law. Here I'm quite chill, as Singapore has a super low death rate caused by road accidents. It's placed 173 out of 183 countries in the rating. Considering it, I think it's okay not to use a child seat. Anyway, you can always have another baby. People on the street don't try to interact with you. I mean, in a bad or annoying way. You know what I mean, no? Have you ever been to New York City? Incredible place, but you're constantly under attack from crazy person, drug addicts, randomly irritated people. Doesn't exist in Singapore. Maybe Clarky on Friday night before COVID? Well, not anymore. You can say it's boring without it, but I can live with that. If I want some adventure, I can go to a shopping center, take off my mask and start running around. Beautiful, beautiful old shop houses. East Coast around Juchiat especially. Oh, love this area. I don't know why, but I just fell in love with old shop houses. Food is everywhere. What I mean by that is that if you wanna have lunch, you don't need to walk far and no need to look for a shopping mall. There are food courts everywhere, including residential areas. Also no need to take a lift or stairs, as all the food courts are located on the ground floor. So if you are walking the street and suddenly realize that, oh, you want a tom yum for $1, but you have just 20 spare minutes? No problem. Massage is good and cheap. $50 body massage 1 hour can. And It will be a proper massage. Sometimes you cannot walk after a Chinese one when full pressure has been applied, but you'll get used to it. Swimming pools are in every condo and next to every HDB. It's super cool that you have access to water everywhere, and due to Singapore's weather, any time of the year. When I was a kid in Russia, I had to spend 1 hour going to a pool, a half hour of getting undressed, take 1 hour lesson, and then a half hour of drying my hair, otherwise you get cold and flu quickly, a half hour of getting dressed back to my shuba and fur hat, you know, and then another hour going back home. Such a romantic time. No. Okay, and here is my number 1 in the list of non-obvious pros of living in Singapore. Kaya toast breakfast. That's it. Just Kaya toast breakfast. A massive pro of Singapore. Okay, now non-obvious cons of living in Singapore. But before that, please subscribe to this channel, because after my cons list you will unsubscribe anyway. Alright, let's go. Traffic lights are so slow. I mean, as a pedestrian you need to wait like 2 minutes sometimes to cross the road. Annoying. No street artists, especially musicians. Even before COVID. In every big city where I lived there were lots of them, and in my opinion it adds up a lot to the vibe of the town. Maybe street artists are very dangerous people in general. That's why they banned in Singapore. Who knows? There is no priority for pedestrians crossing minor roads when a car is turning from a major road. In most countries there is a rule to let a pedestrian walk first when a vehicle turns. Doesn't matter if it's a major road or minor road. So here in Singapore, you as a pedestrian feel a bit unsafe when crossing the road near the turn. By the way, you know, I'm studying for my 2B motorcycle license at Bukit Batok Driving Center. And they teach you always to let pedestrian go first in any case. Well, real life is always different, right? Beach right next to the port. I love going to Sentosa for a beach and swimming time. It's refreshing, my daughter loves it. But sometimes when you are swimming, it feels like a huge cargo ship will just hit you from the side. You know what I mean? Sidewalks are too narrow. At some of them, 2 people can barely walk side by side. I know, there is a lack of space here. But why wouldn't you renovate a part of Malaysia nearby? That's a piece of free advice from your Russian comrade here. The next one is the serious one. It's a professional staff shortage in some areas. I hired a camera crew here several times, and that was expensive and not really professional. 1 hour of cameraman starts from $100, and that's the minimum. Some charge up to 300 per hour, and often you cannot just hire for 1 hour. The minimum package would be 3 hours. And what I see, people are late, sometimes cancel last minute, can screw the basic things like the audio recording or video focus. I talked to my entrepreneur friends in food and beverage area, retail and gym owners, and it seems like this problem exists, especially with the younger generation. I don't know why. Maybe you disagree, tell me in the comment section below. Cash only at some places, especially hawker centers. Why can't I pay with my phone law? Maybe it's to preserve a hawker center culture from the 19th century. Snakes at your feet. I saw a snake in my condo. I saw a bunch of snakes biking at Bukit Timah. I'm curious how many people are actually beaten by them every year. Or maybe they're, as Singaporean snakes, are all just lovely and sweet and don't bite people. Okay, and here's my number 1 in the list of non-obvious cons of living in Singapore. You ready? Snow City at Jurong East. Huge disappointment. Pitiful place. But even living in the location where Snow City at Jurong East exists, I still love Singapore with all my heart. That was actually difficult for me to come up with the list of cons. Sometimes my friends think that the Singapore government bribed me to say mostly good things about Singapore. That's not true. That's not true. I just love Singapore. Hope you also do. See ya!